What's up, YouTube? Back with another video. LA Mamba. It is September 11, 2023, and here to talk to you about the tire shop business and multiple streams of income. Here we go. So, I want to talk to you today. By the way, today's September 11. We remember the fallen. And I love this country, and we'll always remember the things that people have done for us to keep us our freedom. I love this country. I love it. But today I want to talk to you about why I don't buy a house for myself. And I know if family is going to be watching this, they'll be like, oh no. But you know, there's a lot to it. There's a lot to the story, and you know, I own a tire shop business, and now it's very consistent. Well, it's always been for many years very consistent, but it's now consistently very, how you say it, very profitable. Before it was, you know, throughout the years, it's like you get profitable on some days, and some days you make a little bit of money, and then you go like, weekend's coming, so I gotta like depend on the weekend to make me some money for myself. And during the week is like I make a little bit of money just to get by, to like not to really just to get by, as in like you save a little bit, you buy whatever you want during the week and stuff, but it's not like that weekend money, right? Saturday and Sunday, if you guys open on the Sunday, it's very profitable. Usually Monday is like that too, but yeah, I'll throw Monday in there too. It's very profitable on Mondays. Like today's Monday, and it was profitable, right? So, but nowadays, many years more down the line, I grew bigger, more customers. I should say the tire shop grew bigger and more customers and more inventory. It's like every time it's like someone comes in, I got this, I got that for you. Unless it's one of the rare times, like this Sunday, we were very busy and a customer hit me up on, was it Saturday? Hey, I want 5 tires, 235, 75, 15, Goodyear all-terrains. I get a price for 5. Great. I already had the 5 here, right? So we're pretty much ready for the Sunday. And he came, but he came like later on during the day. And I had sold him during the day before he came. But I told him ahead of time, hey, like, I was calling him and texting him, hey, are you going to come? Or, you know, because pretty much there's a customer here, is you know, and no response. So then I sold him, and then he shows up like 2 hours later. But I told him, hey, well, I'm sorry, but I'll get him, you know, tomorrow. I'll order him again. All right, cool, no problem. So I ordered them, and so I got them. So normally it's not like that. You know how it is, ladies and gentlemen. Literally, usually you just have one set of a size, and you sell it, you right away, you order it, you get it the next day, and then, you know, someone hits you up for the next day, let's just say, or 2-3 days, whatever, after. In this case, it was like 2 of the same day. It was like, you know, it happens, right? But the point is, like, there's a lot of inventory, at least one set of like every size, pretty much. Every size that really sells, right? I even have like weird sizes that, like, just in case, just an example, we have a 8, 14 and a half, and you know, my sister didn't know we had one of those, and she had ordered it, and she tells me, oh, I ordered it for a customer. I'm like, oh, you already had it, and she, you know, she didn't know. So, but the point is, I got some weird stuff too, like that. You know, the Bobcat 10 and 16s and a half, the 12 16s and a half. That's like weird sizes, but they sell. Semi-truck tires, I want to have like at least 4 of the back and at least 2 of the front of each size, which is minimum 6, 6, 12 for the main ones, and maybe like a low pro 24.5, maybe like a 11, 24.5. But those are not important compared to like the backwoods because they do sell. But the point is like, you know, now I can get a house if I wanted to, even though I have multiple properties. And you know, why don't I do it, and why didn't I do it in the past? And I continue to rent, right? It's like, oh, renting's bad, right? Renting's bad. Oh, is it? But here we go. So growing the tire shop business, you own a business. And once you own a business, you're going to find out how not easy it is to own a business. It's pretty tough compared to owning a job. If you have a job, all you got to worry about is going in on time, doing your good job that you can, and then when you leave, it's pretty much a done deal. You don't got to worry about nothing else at night. If you do, it sucks because mostly people don't have to worry about other things. Once you're clocked out, and that's it. And that's the benefit of having a job over a business. They have more freedom, actually. We have more time. You can wake up on a Sunday and, you know, do whatever you want, hiking and stuff like that. I don't have those that kind of time. I wish I did. I remember when I was younger, it was awesome doing that kind of stuff. Waking up late and just like eating at whatever time, and then washing the car, or waking up early and going hiking or whatever. Going to the gym, I remember those times before I owned the business, right? It was cool. But then you decide, oh, you know what? I want more money. It's like, I want to live, you know, have a great life and stuff like that. So you pretty much end up owning the business, right? So you don't automatically end up with a lot of freaking tires inventory. You have to build that up little by little. And you don't even know what sizes to order. It's like you have to learn that little by little. So you got to learn it and you got to buy it, but it just takes years. I wish it was cheaper, but it's pretty expensive when it comes to that. But because of that, it is very profitable also. And, you know, you got to like invest in your business. It depends how hard you want to go in the business. But, you know, we as humans, we just love progress. I think that progress is one of the most important things in life. You always got to be, you know, moving forward, having progress. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're doing, if you're working out, you know, if you're getting buffer, you're getting stronger, right? You have progress. It feels good, you know, that you dedicate so much time and effort in the gym and you get results. It wouldn't be so fun and cool if you're working out real hard and you get no progress. But same thing with business. So it takes a lot of money and it takes a lot of time. And, you know, it could take years, and it does take years. And whatever level you're trying to get to. I thought I was done when I had like all my racks filled and all that. And then it was like, nah, there's more to it. And then, you know, what happens next? You just end up with real huge racks like this, right? And even way more tires and more room, so you can buy more tires, right? It's very expensive, but the thing is, when you do it this way, you can have much more customers and you have much more money to pay for your labor, for having more employees, and you're able to take more risk because you have more money. And what it costs you, it ultimately costs you more inventory. It all comes from that. So the cost of having more profit, more, you know, people to work for you, more customers, it's gonna cost you more inventory. But what does the inventory cost you? So it's gonna cost you more money, right? But that's a good thing. Although it's expensive, I agree it is expensive, but once you have it all invested and when you have all paid, so it's not costing you every month if you're like paying monthly your new tire warehouse companies, or I don't know if they finance like the used tires, like when you buy them. I haven't seen that personally, but there probably is people that do that. you know, pay off that debt, let's just say, it's man, you gotta really gauge that by weeks. Like, oh yeah, every week you're like paying it down. I've been there, trust me. I've done it all that like years ago, right? So in order for you to like get all the glory and all the like the customers, and it's like now like you go on the streets and like, you know, people ask about like, you know, conversations always start, where do you get the tires from, or online and stuff, and you say you see your shop's name pop out consistently, you know, that means you're doing a very good job at what you do, right? And so for many years I've been really working hard for that. And yes, I could have bought in a house even during that time, you know, it's like climbing a mountain or mountains. You're gonna eventually get like to a little point, a little peak, and you can rest. And then you can get onto the little next peak, and then you can rest. Well, when you rest, you're pretty much like not buying things, right? You're just like, you're done with the choking grow. Your money's being more like stacked up on your bank accounts, and you can save for a house, right? But I instead would buy rental properties. I'll buy rental properties and buy, right? And the reason I do that, of course, is that makes my money grow a lot bigger, and I can buy more and more. The reason is I'm not the one paying for the mortgages, right? My tenants are the one paying for the mortgages. So you got to take, and that's a whole nother story. You got to take care of them really good, because they're the ones who pay for everything. They pay for your mortgage. They pay for the gardening, the maintenance, all that stuff. You just control the money. It comes to you, and then you distribute. Okay, we got to pay this. Like right now, I'm building a block wall on one of my properties. Well, you know, the tenants pay for that, you know. So the point is, like, I much rather buy rental properties than buy a house for myself, even though I would love to have a little gardening or a lot more room for my cars. You know, eventually maybe that'll be a thing I do, but it doesn't seem like it's gonna be even nearby, because once I buy a house, that's it. Like, there's no going back. Like, when it comes to properties, I can buy, and then I can always sell it and then use that money to buy a house, right? Or whatever I want to do with that money. But there's no going back when I like, okay, it's time for me to buy a house. And so you got to realize, out here in California, it's very expensive homes. Where I'm from, my city, a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 3-bed, 2-bath. Right now they're about 700,000. So just think about what's the mortgage on that. You know, I gotta be probably paying around like $4,500 a month, something like that. Taxes, insurance, maybe $5,000 now that the interest rate risen. You know, about $5,000 a month. You know, I gotta put a little bit of down payment also. I don't get it for free too, right? I gotta put a down payment, and I gotta pay closing costs. You know, the lenders, they get paid too, right? They get paid also. Everybody gets paid. But you know, that is very expensive, even though for a person like myself, you know, the big income, like with a tire shop or whatever you want to call it, I much rather go ahead and buy another property and just like, you know, man, like it's have tenants pay for that $5,000, not me, right? It's like, I don't know. That's just the way I see it. So renting, right? So like, okay, why rent then? Well, renting on the other hand, in my city, you know, currently rents for like for what I do, right? Just an example, if I'm gonna be renting, just like, well, all the space I need is like a 2-bed, right? A 2-bed, 1-bath, or 2-bed, 2-bath, sorry, for my family. So renting goes like about, on average, $1,800, $1,850 per month. You know, if you have real good like credit and, you know, good savings that you make the landlord feel real safe, you can like negotiate that down a little bit, you know, if you want to, if you know, if they want to give you a little bit of break. But usually that's what it goes for. I pay less than that because I've been living in the same place for many years. So But the point is, like, that's real inexpensive compared to like 5,000. Like 5,000 is like three times as much of what I pay for rent. And so you look at that as an investment. Now think about it. If you look at that investment, you're gonna buy a house to rent out. If you're gonna rent it for, let's say 5,000, right? 5,000 is what you're paying for mortgage, but rents, I don't think they're even that high, man. Like, I think that for a 3-bedroom, they're like about 30, 32, 35, depends where you buy in that city. So you're gonna be negative cash flow $1,500 a month compared to like renting or buying. That's a big amount. Yeah, you can say yes, way future is gonna grow and it's always gonna increase in value and inflation. That is true. It is gonna always rise in value. A property like that is gonna be worth from 750, 859, 950, a million in like 5, 10, maybe 15 years from now, when it comes to $1 million for that 3-bedroom, 2-bath. But so there is somewhat of a loss when you're saying, okay, well, it increased 300,000, let's just say, and you're paying a fixed rate of like, which is more expensive than you're renting, and you have a risk of like, oh, the landlord wants his property back, and so you gotta find another place to live, right? But on the other side is like, okay, if I have money that I want to use, okay, do I want to buy a house or I want to buy a set of apartments, and then during that time that I'm using that money, I'm not paying per month from my pocket. Once you get all set up, we get the right tenants. Once it's cash flowing and all that, once you got it all down, locked in, really good. Like just an example, I bought the 8-unit I bought a few months ago, like 3 months ago now. This month has been the first month that it cash flowed. It takes a little bit of time to get everything right, and I still haven't got like my Section 8 paperwork ready with them, because I gotta like do my like give them grant deed and gotta give them a social for them to pay me, because I'm the new owner. So not even with those things I gotta do still, it already started cash flowing on the 3rd month, right? Even though I got a little, and that's all it is normal. It just takes a little bit of time to like make it cash flow, which means more money is coming in than the expenses that are coming out. And so it's a beautiful thing. Now when you're cash flowing like a few $100 just to begin with, it's like, okay, like now it's like you're saving money, but it really is for like expenses, right? Like, okay, like something's gonna happen in the future. Now it hasn't happened yet, but you got like a clog that's coming up, of like someone clogged up the toilet, you gotta pay and stuff like that, right? So, but it all comes from the property, and you don't get that when you own a house. Like, you gotta pay the clog, when the toilet gets clogged up, you gotta do all these things. It just doesn't really make sense when a very expensive market compared to like an inexpensive market. Let's say you're in like Memphis or something, or Indiana, like a smaller market was way cheaper compared to rents, compared to the mortgage. Then it would be a different story. Like, oh yeah, like it's only for a few $100 more you can buy instead of rent. And that's true in those markets like Milwaukee and stuff like that, right? But I don't have that over here. Over here in Cali, we got some real expensive properties for just like, because it's very wanted. A lot of people that live here are just driving up the prices. It is what it is. It doesn't mean I want to be paying for that cost. I don't want to pay for that cost. Like, I much been having to invest in the property and in the tire shop that grows your income and grows it, and eventually, maybe in the future it's just like, whoa, like I just have way too money, I'll buy a house and shit, which I doubt. I much rather buy, like, my goal is like owning a mobile home park here in Cali. But this is years down the line, not now. It's gonna take a lot of money to do that. if I buy a house, it ain't gonna happen pretty much, right? But if I just keep saving the way I do, investing, keep growing my properties, and eventually I'll be able to own that mobile home park. It's just a big goal of mine that I have, right? It just, I want one here in California. I have one in North Carolina, but I want one here in Cali. But it's just like 10 times the price compared to the North Carolina one, right? So I'm not gonna put at risk, buying a house that I really care about, that I just don't care about, for something I really want bad, which is my mobile home park. Mobile home park in Cali, I will have it one day. But you gotta think what goals you want in life. Like, you gotta like structure around that. And I know it's not like common what I'm doing. And most people, once they start making good money, like I did years ago, first thing they will do is buy a house. Oh, you gotta be safe and secure, right? But for me, it's like, I want a lot more. I don't want just a house and I'm stuck with the house. It's like, I own a house and I own a business, and that's it, because all that money's gonna be going there pretty much. And then you got expenses and all that stuff. Oh, I want to build this, now I want to build my kitchen better. Man, those things like $40,000 repairs, $50,000 repairs. It's expensive out here. But I don't want to do that. I want to continue to grow and have more and more positive passive cash flow that one day I won't have to work. Like, I can live anywhere. I can live here in Cali, wherever, anywhere. With all that cash flow, it's like I can live in any apartment anywhere in Cali. It's just like, that will be the day, right? And that's why we gotta continue to work hard and push the tire shop business, and keep growing it, but little by little, no rush, right? There's no pressure on yourself, and keep working the properties. Like I was saying in the other video, I gotta paint one of them. I gotta paint the 8 unit. We got I was talking to my property manager today about, it's really, really important for me to do this value add. And we got this one tenant that's paying really, really little in rent. And, the reason you work so hard and buy a property, you invest in it, is for you to make money in it, right? Eventually down the line. But I'd much rather have better rents in the beginning and moving forward than do the value add later on, like years after, and then sell it. I mean, it will work either way, but just gotta do yourself a favor. Like, you work really hard, like you gotta make money too, right? And everybody equally, has the right of, we all have right to make money. So I told him it's very important. We gotta get this person out. It's like, we gotta do something about it. This is what's going on, and this is my thoughts, right? And my property manager was like, I know what you're trying to do. I get it. We just gotta, take our time with it. And I was like, okay, to me it was like, I'm glad we're on the same page. And so like, we got the rents going up. We're evicting one person for non-payment, and then we're gonna do another, cash for keys, which is like, this is what I'm talking about. Cash for keys, like, all right, I want to pay you. In my market out there in Bakersfield, this is not that much. $3,000 for the person to leave, right? So that money can go towards the next apartment that this person's gonna rent, and get their deposit back, and smooth transaction, right? Not going through the courts and all that. It gets nasty on both sides of the deal, right? It's not a good thing. So it just costs more eventually if you're going that. And to me, time is money, because if you can start making money sooner, then it's better, right? So we're gonna do the value add on that deal, and it's gonna be really awesome when it's like, okay, the property's worth $1 million, and my loan is like $300,000. I was like, oh, I got equity of like $700,000. Man, it's gonna be a beautiful time. It's like, I can keep it, I can sell it. It don't matter. Like, whatever you do, it's good, right? And so eventually we can get there, but just one step at a time, little by little. Same thing here with the tire shop business. Like, today I wasn't here. I was only here for like 3-4 hours, and I really depended on my team to work really hard. I wanted some rest because, man, again, I don't know, I talked to you about the last 3 weeks, man, really freaking hard doing this, you know, putting all these tires in their spots. And like today we got these like 205 65 16s right here. We got 215 60 16s on the back, and it, you know, just doing things like that, it takes a lot of energy, it takes a lot of work. And I was super tired, and so I was like, I gotta rest. And you gotta depend on your team, right? So shout out to one of my guys, Ethan, that guy working out real hard. And I noticed he is working. By the way, all my guys are too, not just him. I noticed my guys are really like solid players. It's like, you know, when it comes down to who's gonna work, it's like, damn, like that's for me. It's like, you know, all the pressure's like, oh, who are you choosing, pretty much. And it's like, and you can have everybody here too, but it's just gonna cost me more. And it's like, all right, like it's a good thing to have. It's a good problem to have, right, in the tire shop business. You know, a lot of people don't have that. Like, and I've spent many years just asking people, please can't work, please can't work. I've been there many years, much more than being on this side where I'm at right now. It's like, please pick me, right? It's like, you know, what do you do, right? But you can pick everybody. It's like, if you have the money coming in, you know, all the big cash flow and stuff, then you can pick everybody. It's like, all right, everybody come in and shit. Everybody wants to work. Come on in, everybody. Fuck yeah, they're slow or whatever. We got something to do in the tire shop. We're always gonna have something to do, right? So, but yeah, that's how it is right now. It's just little by little, guys. Just work at it, man. If you're gonna get into the tire shop business, I highly recommend it. It's just you gotta think about it. It's an auto shop, right? Auto shop, and it's very consistent. It's very against how you say it. It's against economic turndowns. You know, it'll never go out of style. It's always gonna be wanted. So you go ahead and invest in it. Don't be scared. You get that good rep. Your customers are gonna know you forever if you're still in it for many years. You'll never have like cash flow problems. You only have you have different kind of problems. Like we're thinking about taxes and thinking about who wants to work. But those are good problems to have. But that's eventually that's how you work there. And I see, you know, a lot of people getting into the business. It's like, man, I'm thinking about getting into it. Let me just check it out, right? I know there's not a lot of people talking about it in YouTube. I know there's people like posting that they're working and stuff, like what I do with my live videos. But I just want to give you more information, and so like I help you and it helps me at the same time. Keep making these videos and stuff, and hopefully we all have a bunch of tire sales in our tire shop business, right? But I'll let you guys go, and we'll see you guys next time. Mamba out.